Hello everyone. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how to do these beautiful sushi scarves on your Sentro knitting machine. First, I'm going to sketch the sushi scarf on my iPad just to map out the colors, the rows, and what it should look like when it is elongated. We're going to be using the colors black, white, green, and 2 shades of pink. The first shade is going to be a salmon color and the other one is going to be a soft pink. And that's just going to be for our shrimp. Just a little note, guys, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more of these Sentro videos and different cool Sentro projects you can do at home. So in total, we're going to have about 245 rows for this scarf. This scarf did turn out pretty short still, but that's the number of rows combined with all of the colors. Per usual, we're going to start off with 5 to 10 rows of scrap yarn. You can do up to 20 if you want. It doesn't matter how much scrap yarn you use, as long as you utilize a scrap yarn that is a significant color from your initial project yarn, so you know where you should be slip stitching your project closed. I used this scrap yarn on a previous project, so that's why it was rolled up in the way that it is. I have to do a little side gig where I unravel all of my scrap yarn and roll them onto something that's a little bit more easier for me to unroll these. All of my yarn are from Big Twist Yarn. I bought them on the Joann.com website. The Big Twist yarn I find works the easiest in the Sentro machine. Of course, other yarns do work, but I've been using Big Twist yarn predominantly in my Sentro. So if you'd like to know what this yarn is, it is the brand Big Twist Yarn, and I got them from Joann. So like I stated before in our little graph, we're going to be doing 95 rows of our black yarn. Of course, the black yarn symbolizes the seaweed wrap in our sushi. So we're going to do enough that it wraps the entire project, and all you can see on the outside when the yarn is rolled up, sorry, not the yarn, but when the project is rolled up or when the scarf is rolled up, you'll see the black seaweed on the outside of the entire project. Okay, so now we're going to be switching out our black yarn for our white yarn. The white yarn, of course, represents the white rice in sushi. Usually, I would not cut my yarn. I would just put the yarn in the center of the Sentro and just swap it out with a new yarn. But here I am cutting my yarn and just going to cast it on. When you cast on new yarn on a project, you want to go super slow because you will drop stitches, and we do not like drop stitches here. It is super hard sometimes if you're a newbie to fix drop stitches. It is not impossible, but it definitely is something you don't want to have to deal with. So when you put on a new yarn on your Sentro, just go super slowly, about, I would say, give it 5 rows slowly around before you can start cranking a little bit faster. In some cases, I do cast on a new yarn to my project and I just start cranking away and I haven't gotten any dropped yarn. But again, if you're new, I would suggest that you do it very slowly for about 5 rows, and then after you're done, just start cranking away. But it's up to you. Once you've learned how to use a Sentro, by all means. Okay, after we're done casting on 50 rows of the white, we're going to be casting on 20 rows of our green. Of course, the green could represent wasabi, it could represent cucumbers, or it can represent avocado in the sushi. Either way, we're going to be doing 20 rows of our green color. Again, all these yarns that I'm using today are Big Twist yarn brands. I bought them on joann.com. They are not sponsoring this video, but I just want people to know that's where I get my yarn. I did have a lot of questions about what yarn I've used before, so just an FYI, that's where I got it. Now that we finished 20 of our green, we're going to go back in with another 20 of our white. We're going to be doing this because when you roll that sushi up, you're going to see the layers of it and how the green and white falls next to each other. Okay, so after we do green, white, green, right, 20 rows each, we're going to now go in with our salmon color. The salmon color is, I believe, called Coral on the Joann website if you want the color for this. But we're going to do 20 with this salmon color. And then we're going to do our last 20 with our soft pink color at the very end. And this will represent, for me, it's shrimp. Unfortunately, my tension got a little wonky here, as you can see on the right side of my project. You want to make sure that your tension is tight all the time when you do certain project, or loose or medium, whatever it will be. But yeah, it got a little wonky there, so make sure you're checking on your tension of your yarn. Now I'm going to go in with my soft pink color. I'm only going to be doing 20 of this color. So after you've done 50 of your initial white rows, you're going to do 20 green, 20 white, 20 green, 20 white, and then you'll do your 20 of your salmon color pink and then 20 of your soft color pink to represent your shrimp. And then you will cast on your scrap yarn to cast your whole project off of your Sentro, and then you will be finished, and all you have to do is slip stitch closed. So I'm sure everyone knows what a slip stitch is and what a slip stitch looks like. Here's how I do mine to close out all of my Sentro projects. I usually use my fingers to help me with a lot of these loops because sometimes they are a little bit tight. So you want to make sure that you get as much help as you want so that none of those live stitches get dropped when you are taking off your scrap yarn. As you can see here, my tail of my project is in the middle of my slip stitch. So I'm just going to use my crochet pin all the way through, just looping every loop that I can find to pull my tail all the way through so that I could have it fall at the end of my project instead. This also helps to make your project a little bit more secure at the very end there. And there we have it. There it is, our beautiful Sentro scarf. If you like more of these projects, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in my next video.